guys. That took forever.
I don't know. How am I supposed to even get to my coffee?
And then there's mine.
Guys, I'm in slippers today. Yay.
She's in slippers and comfortable sweats. You've been dressing like super cute lately, extra cute. It's like different vibe. You change up your wardrobe a lot.
Every season I change up my wardrobe.
It's true. I really enjoy your winter.
You
fall
do?
pics.
It's so preppy.
I'll just say we're finally back because we've been gone for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I needed the break. Like my mental health needed
the break from recording stuff.
Everything. Like I needed to just focus on us and our family and nothing else around us because I felt like I was drowning.
That's what it felt like to me too, because all that traveling we did, all the planning, making sure Christmas was perfect for the kids, that was overwhelming.
We left the house at 2 o'clock in the morning. We get to the airport and there's a billion people, like ants running around everywhere, no direction. There's people cutting in front of other people to get in line, and we ended up having to direct the traffic. And still, after all of that,
all of Connecticut, I said that. I'm like, the whole state of Connecticut was at the airport that day. If anybody knows Bradley International, it's not a big airport. It's pretty small. So it was like a clusterfuck. It felt like you were in Times Square, just like trying to, you couldn't even get, no one could squeeze their luggage by. And then we did it again the next day, 2 a.m. all over again.
The worst part, I think, of the traveling is, it's not even like getting on the plane. Because we get on the plane, but then since we live in the middle of bumfuck Egypt, there's only, you can't take a direct flight.
No.
So you have to take 2 flights to get there.
And then you drive for 2 hours.
And then you get in a car and drive 2 hours.
2 hours to get to your town.
Yeah. So then when you get there, then you have to do grocery shopping on top of it. So it's so exhausting. It's like nonstop.
That's why I said after doing that, back-to-back Thanksgiving, I admire you so much because you do it every 3 weeks. I have no idea how you do that. Like, you're a phenomenal mother. You really are. Like, I look at you in such a different light now because you do that. It makes me see how mentally strong and all that you are, that you have to do that every 3 weeks, especially alone, because, you know, I can't always come. You doing that all by yourself, I'm just like wowed by you. I just want you to know that.
Thank you, baby.
Because
it's worth it, because I get to have my own happiness, and my kids get to keep their happiness, and like I don't mind being the one to take it all on.
Yeah, the shit you get, like this is for all the traveling moms who have to balance all of their life, you know, their life, their kids' life, work, everything, you know, like balance it all out and to still be able to show up 100% for your kids. Holy shit. I don't know how you do it, but you do it, and you never complain. You're just happy to.
I definitely say how tired I am.
You do. I mean, that you do. Sometimes, you know, because you've even gotten COVID mid traveling out of nowhere. You know, COVID has hit you, and you've done it that way. It's just crazy. You've gotten sick so many times doing that.
I think it's like the mental exhaustion makes me sick, because I don't know if people understand how taxing 4 plane rides are to take within
like 7 days,
within
plus the
a
car
9 day
ride,
span. Yeah,
a 2-hour car ride.
So it's an 8-hour car ride total, plus then 4 planes within like 9 day span every month. So like your body isn't used to doing like that altitude over and over again. Like it's really hard on your body.
Yeah, that's wild.
Plus the recycled air of everybody on a plane. It's you're bound to get sick
all the time.
So I have to focus really hard on staying mentally strong and positive.
Yeah, but then even when you come back home, like you show up 100%.
I have to.
You show up. You know, yes, you sleep, whatever. You have to re-energize. Well, as soon as you get up, you're just like
back at it. Yeah.
You don't complain. You show up all the time.
And then I'll get on social media and I'll try to talk about it because I want to like normalize it for people. And then I get bullied Like, I get bullied.
I know, but you get bullied for everything.
My momming, I get the hardest.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do. I mean, mom shaming, it's just shitty. And especially in today's time, 2024, you're mom shaming people.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it's coming directly from other women, it's even worse. Like, you don't really see
I've never
men
had
doing
one
it.
man. Not never
You
had
never
one
see
man.
a man ever. I barely have ever seen a man mom shame.
No.
It's always other women.
I have a lot of support. I won't ever say that all I get is bullied for it. I have so much support. And I'm very grateful for that.
But you've gotten bullied about this since the beginning. It's always been
I think now that I'm more healed, because I needed it. Like, I kind of needed the bullying. It was like a reflection for me to find my confidence in it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually grateful for the things people have said, because it made me reflect and to be like, no, fuck you. I know my heart. I know how good of a mom I am. And you can like find gratitude in hate.
You do.
And then I also can be able to say, those people who say those types of things, they're, for some reason, what I'm doing triggers them. So I don't know if they had a bad child life, like they didn't have a father present, or their mom was their only one taking care of them, or society in general says moms should look a certain way. Majority of the time, it's that they're single mothers who don't have a supportive co-parent. So to see me having that such a supportive co-parent has to be triggering for a lot of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but then you're also happy. You're happy in your relationship.
Yeah,
and
all
you're
of it.
Balancing everything, so to them it's like
Triggering.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I wish people reflected on their triggers and asked themselves, why am I so angry about a stranger on the internet that's done nothing to me? Why is this making me angry, rather than projecting onto people their own issues?
If everyone took accountability and actually reflected on their triggers, we'd have a much better world, but that's not possible.
Because triggers used to piss me off before.
Really?
So, remember, like, I used to be reactive. I hated triggers. I mean, unintentionally reactive.
Wait, do you mean when you were triggered,
when
or
I was
other
triggered?
people were triggered?
No, me. Because
Okay.
I mean, I was one of those people who were constantly triggered. I had to learn a lesson every other day. It never ended, never stopped. So I never sat there grateful for those triggers. I was always mad at them.
Most people can't be
Yeah.
until you get to this point.
But now it's like I look at triggers like, okay, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta work on? Like those type. That's how I react now. I'm not angry at my triggers.
Yeah, like you can.
Obviously something makes me not feel good. I don't react because I've worked really hard on those heavy triggers that have happened in my life. But like if I do get triggered and it feels uncomfortable, I'm immediately self-reflection, and I have to say, like, okay, where's this coming from? What do I gotta work on? And we always talk about it. I mean, I come to you, we talk about our triggers or whatever. I see them as, part of the game of learning how to grow, because triggers help you grow and heal something. And I wish people did that more.
But you know what that takes is self-awareness. Like, you have to even be aware enough to know how much work you have to do, how much healing you actually have. And a lot of people aren't even close to the point of self-awareness to say, why is this triggering me? So to get to the point where you're at today,
it's easier to blame other people 100%, for their problems.
But you've put so much work in to become self-aware. Like, you should be so proud of yourself.
I am.
You've done such hard work.
It really doesn't hurt anymore. Like, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. But
you have control over your mind. You have control over your reactions, and that feels good.
So good.
I was so out of control. Like, my body, my mind was control of me.
Yeah.
And I was a co-pilot of my life.
It's like almost like you're having an out-of-body experience.
It is.
Like, you're sitting in the back
zombie.
seat. 100%. I know exactly how you feel.
I felt like a zombie in my life.
Yeah. You're sitting in the back seat. You're watching everything play out, and you're just like, I have no control over everything. And because people feel that way, they fall into depression.
I wish that happened.
They get angry. They project onto other people. And the minute that you can step back and say, okay, you can't expect a new reality if you consistently make the same decisions every single day, the same reactions, the same patterns over and over.
I have to say that's so hard. I'm gonna say, because how many times have I've failed at that part so many times of staying consistent because it is such hard work. If you're doing the healing and being consistent like that, it's like going to the gym and you don't want to work out, but you want the goal, right? There's an end goal that you really want to achieve. You're not going to achieve it if you don't go, or if you're being lazy. Like, you still have to show up.
Right. For yourself.
For yourself. You have to do the work. You have to make uncomfortable choices. It's so important to be self-aware of what you're doing.
And so Rhea talks about the relatable explanation, but I can give you like the psychological reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Your body releases hormones that it's so used to, it becomes a drug to your system. So the hormones that it used to release when you would get into fight or flight, or you would have an angry reaction to something, your negative emotions, your body lived in that state for so long that you were releasing these chemicals in your body, and it's addicted to them. So once you start to go through an ego death and you clear out all of those things that don't define you, all of those behaviors, all of that negative shit that you've been projecting your whole life, basically. Now your body's in withdrawal. And it's like, I need my fix. I need those hormones. Where are they? So then you start self-sabotaging.
Yeah, I've done that a lot.
Because your body wants to feel that.
I've done that a lot.
It wants to feel that emotion again. So you basically have to replace your addiction to the negative chemicals in your body with the positive chemicals.
Yeah.
And that's by making new choices every day, by being self-aware, by meditating, by journaling, by reframing and rewiring your subconscious.
I have to say, it's okay if you do fall, because I mean, we're human.
You have to know where you're
just
at.
Have to just start again. Pick yourself up until it gets easier.
It does get easier.
It does. I just want people to understand that don't feel bad when you do get sucked back into it, because I've done it many times and I've still managed to come very far. It's okay.
The reason why it's okay to get sucked back into it is because when you can self-reflect on what you still have to work on. And you needed that. Like, you needed to be triggered back into your old state to say, okay, what do I still have that's holding me back? What are my patterns that I still haven't worked on?
Yeah, I mean, every time that happened, all I kept thinking was like, I don't want to be here.
Really?
No, I was like, it always motivated me to want to just continue to get out of that feeling, because it was completely depressing. You feel anxiety, PTSD hits. There's so many times where I just didn't want to. I wasn't living. I mean, I was so distracted. I was not present in our relationship. I was not even present as a mother.
Yeah.
I was not. And those are things that I have worked on, giving myself grace and forgiving myself for. It was a lot on you. It was a lot on our whole family. Like, you
did it, though.
I did.
You did.
And I don't think people really don't get it. They will never get it. I know, and you know what we've been through, and I'm so in gratitude that we got to do that together. Because there's no way in hell I would have been able to do that on my own. Thinking on it, it would have taken me. I feel like it would have taken me much longer. Like, you constantly pushed me to the point of being self-aware on my own.
I'm a mirror.
Yeah.
So that's what they say about your soulmate or your twin flame or whatever. Yeah. Or your like divine counterpart. It's the mirror for you, held in front of your face, to say these are the things that are holding you back from your true self. That's what you were missing out on, was you were so like conditioned to believe you had to be a certain way for so long. And to that, even your parents would tell you, you're just born this way. You're just an angry person. You're just, you have a short temper. You're this and you're this, and people telling you who you are.
Yeah.
And then you had to be like, that's not fucking who I am. I'm not that person. So now you've had to learn to navigate in a space where you're figuring out who you are.
I feel like I'm still doing that.
It is an adjustment, showing up after you've gone through healing.
It is.
Especially online. You have to learn to function in a society where they're telling you who to be, how to be, what success looks like. And when you figure out that you get to choose,
it's hard to function. It's hard to even find genuine connection with people anymore. Once you're healing on yourself, you start to realize all the superficial around you.
It's okay to release and shed like the layers of who you thought you were, and to grieve that human.
Yeah.
Because you have to also find gratitude in that person for getting you through what you got through. People say that I take credit for healing you. That's never happened. So don't say weird things, first of all.
I feel like you should get Massive credit. Yes, I had to do the work, because you can tell someone all day that they need to work on something because you love them. You couldn't force me, obviously. I still had to do the work, but if it weren't for you to point it out for me and show me in a mature manner, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known any of it. So that's why you do deserve credit, and I give you the credit all the time because I'm grateful.
I just loved you. I just loved you through it. That's what someone needs.
I feel like that's the purest form of love. It might feel like, to me at that time, because I was pushing so hard, I wasn't used to that kind of love.
Yeah. Of
somebody wanting best for me.
Yeah.
Of genuinely caring for me to that point where they wanted to see me do good and you know what I mean?
Hold you to a standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had that.
I know.
Never. So to me, I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm fine the way I am. And I wasn't. I just didn't want to face it. I didn't. And if I really didn't have you to show me all of that, I have no idea where I'd be today as far as my mental health. I don't think people realize I was really not okay mentally.
I know.
I was in a very dark place. Even though in the internet, I showed up in people's eyes as like I had it all together. I didn't have shit together.
That's why they related to you so much before. And they're like, ooh, I miss the old Ray. You miss the unhealed version.
I don't ever want to be.
Version. That's so invalidating, and that's actually super triggering.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts my feelings in a way, because I'm like, people think I'm an idiot. They think that I have no choice in things. They make me sound like completely incompetent on the internet. Like you are here to just tell me what to do. To make me look completely incompetent, like I'm that stupid on the internet that I don't know my life.
Yeah. And
that they even think they remotely know my life even at all.
Weird behavior.
You know, it's comical. We've learned to tune out the outside noise where it doesn't affect our daily life.
Even couples who've came from meeting online and their relationship was like public, they're like, I don't know how you guys get through it. I don't know how you stay so strong through the pain and like the bullying and the trolls, because
it's not even,
it can rip a lot of relationships apart.
It's true. It's not even just that. Now, mind you, we have the internet, and then we have our outside personal life that's happening with people around us who are also, you know, causing drama around our relationship. We didn't have no getaway.
Yeah.
There was no peace.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like we have come so fucking far. We didn't ever have a honeymoon stage. We finally are here in our honeymoon stage in 2020, fucking the end of 2023 and starting 2024 that way. That we get to actually experience something that we never really got to have, because all of that really started because my trauma, the drama around us, like we never had that. And you stayed in it. So yes, you fucking take credit. You deserve the credit. I wouldn't be here without you, so I don't give a fuck. You are allowed to take credit. By all means, I give you complete permission to take credit because you deserve it.
You also deserve credit.
I know, but you tell me all the time how grateful and how proud of me you are. So you do. We do it to each other. It doesn't matter. We don't owe anyone any explanation to our fucking life.
When people get into relationships, they don't want to have like the real raw conversations. Like to do the healing work right away.
Yeah.
It's too uncomfortable. They're afraid they're going to scare people away. And like whatever our journey was, whatever our soul's purpose was here, like we just jumped right into that shit.
Oh yeah.
And we went in full force and we did all of our healing. We faced it head on.
Yeah, I mean, I was open online a little bit. You got to actually experience how dark it was in my life. So you still stuck it out. You didn't leave. It didn't scare you away. And we worked on that.
Women feel, I don't know, I think we're so much stronger than we used to be. Like, we used to think we had to, like, be perceived a certain way to be wanted. And now women are like, I don't give a fuck if you... I don't need you. I want
I can function, but I don't need you.
Exactly.
And it's a different mindset now.
Yeah,
and
100%.
It's amazing.
I love to see it.
That type of mindset in women, that we don't exist for men.
Yes, or other women.
Or other women, whatever.
Like, you're just showing up and you're like, this is who I am, this is what I'm dealing with, what I'm willing to deal with.
I feel like that's why people aren't having kids as much either. You notice that too. It's like people are content with no kids or just a pet.
Just like finding their own worth.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
Because people are more selfish about their own lives.
They should be.
It really should be that way.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay to do that.
And it doesn't need to look a certain way. I met you in my 30s.
Right.
You know? And before I met you, I had so many shitty relationships that I was like, fuck it, I don't need anybody.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like, I'm happy with myself. I can be alone. I did give up on thinking there was anybody normal that would... I didn't know if I was ever going to find somebody who loved me as hard as I loved them. But I also never experienced the love I feel for you for anyone else either.
Yeah.
So I got to experience something I've never felt.
When you go through a healing journey and someone doesn't align with you any longer, they're going to just fall away. And the friendships that are meant to be there, the family that's meant to be there, you've created on your own. And it just kind of aligns with you at where you're at. Because the definition of you are who you surround yourself with, I never understood until my 30s, until I went through my healing journey. You are who you surround yourself with.
It's true.
You really 100% are. And if you're not vibrationally matching the people around you, they'll bring you down to their level constantly. And although you might love somebody, it doesn't mean that you have to put up with those low levels. You don't have to do that.
No,
it's not
it
your
doesn't
responsibility.
make you mean or a bitch or anything else.
It's
really
okay
doesn't.
to
It's
love
okay.
people from distances.
I notice the difference when we are around people who match our energy. It's just so
Easy.
you don't have to. You're just enjoying each other's energy,
Yeah.
and being
Presence.
presence.
Yeah.
Like you're in the moment with these people, and then you leave their presence or whatever, and then you're like, oh my god, that was
Feels
so
good.
fun, and you have the conversations, you learn something,
Mm-hmm.
like you feed off each other, you share
Mm-hmm.
each other's energy.
You're not stealing it or
No.
feeling like you have to replenish afterward.
No,
That
our
was so
cups are
icky.
never
I
empty
hated that
with these
feeling.
people. I just am so grateful, and if they are watching, I just want to say how grateful I am for those friendships.
Same.
Yeah, like starting 2024 off with just knowing that we have created the circle we have created, and it's finally what we deserve.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
100%. People who are doing their healing and they're afraid to cut off like toxic people in their life because they don't want to be lonely. We're like the prime example of what it looks like to do things fearful. Like do things even if it's uncomfortable, because the universe will provide what's meant for you. What's meant to align with you, it will come when it's meant to come. But you have to first figure out your self-worth. Because if you don't feel like you're worthy of having friendships like that, then the universe can't align with you.
I think it's the fear of people are just afraid of being alone.
That's what I said.
They feel like it's like they have abandonment issues. Mm-hmm. It's like they've normalized people treating them like shit because it's like, oh, everyone is gonna do this. So, and they tolerate whatever good thing that they have about that person. They hang on just to the good part, and they just accept the shitty parts of them because they like the good part. But you can have just the good part in someone, have an issue that they're self-aware and that they're a good friend to you. You can have that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to settle for shit like that. Just like in a relationship, just because it doesn't work out, somebody just doesn't mean there's nobody out there ever again for you. You just have to want that and believe that you deserve that, and it comes. If you attract it.
You have to believe you deserve it.
You really do. I mean, I learned hard lessons with people around me that I was that person. I thought, these people had to be in my life, and it was okay forgiving constantly, that they were gonna learn at some point, but it cost me my peace so many times. It cost me to work on constantly my own mental health over and over. It really did cost me so much to forgive and tolerate so much. It cost me my own peace in my own home, around my family, my kids. Like, it's not fair, you know what I mean? So how many times can one continue to do that? And now I realize how much time and energy I have for myself finally. Like the energy that I've given to the people who didn't deserve it, I finally can do it for myself and my family and people around me that give me the same energy. And I'm never having to refill my cup. Like, my cup is always full. I'm always working on myself.
Yeah.
It feels good. It really does. It doesn't make me miss anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't. All I just think is, why didn't I do this sooner, But I know everything happens for a reason, and the timing.
Oh yeah, we needed it.
Yeah.
We needed all of it.
But I learned all these hard lessons in 2023. There's been so many tears, so many hardships, in 2023.
And we can sit and be grateful for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for it because look at how far we've come. Look at how far you've come. Like,
I know.
You would have never been able to have this discussion 4 years ago. Never.
No, because it would have been a different discussion. I would have been talking differently.
You've been angry.
Yeah, I probably would have been
hurt.
I would have been sitting in a victim mindset, like pity me. I accept what has happened and where I am in my life. And I wish people could see that side of my life, because we show our life on the internet. We're content creators. So when we show that and people like to make the judgment of I've changed, it's because I'm happy, and you've never seen me like genuinely happy and unaffected, unbothered, so level-headed. I mean, what do you want?
Who cares what they want? Who cares what they want? Honestly.
Well, you're supposed to change. That's the problem. We gotta have shitty people in this world to teach us our worth. And
it always gives me gratitude. I can always sit in gratitude when I hear people say negative things about me. I'm just like, yo, I'm actually so proud of the girl that I've become.
No, for real. They really think we're out here affected by their words, and we're not, because we know exactly who we are.
Yeah.
We give no power to those words, to those things people feel, because those are not true to us.
Yeah.
That's not who we are.
The poison can't sink in
No.
if you don't give it any meaning.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay. And we laugh because, again, we are so self-aware that we know that it's a projection.
Right.
It's a them problem.
Right.
Every time we're like, wow, this person, we actually talk about it, like, what do you think this person's going through? And we start cracking up and like, you projected onto my life and started being mean. And the funny thing is when you call them out of their projection, and not where like you're an asshole, but you're very to the point, and you put them in their place, it's, oh, you're mad. You're bitter. You sound mad.
You're triggered. Nah.
No.
You just got put in your place, and now you're gaslighting because you don't want to be called out. You have no self-awareness. And that's the funny part is when you heal and you start showing up as this strong person who speaks out, and like you have a voice now you're bitter. Now you're angry. Now you're too much. And it's just like, you might want to ask yourself why somebody standing up for themselves and being loud triggers you so much. Just maybe stop and think about that.
For real. And you're very outspoken. Like you're very, when you stick up for people for what's right.
Always.
When you see people on the internet like being mean to somebody, you're always in there.
Always.
I always see you in there, and I'm like, how weird is I see Amber, like, especially when it comes to women who bring down other women.
Women, gay rights.
I'm saying all of that. And
body autonomy, all of it.
Equality for anybody. Like when it comes to any of that, you're always in there.
And like, I have no problem with it.
I love it.
Don't care.
The funny thing is, I would be too, but I just don't scroll. My whole FYP is literal animals.
Like, a lot of my content is very like spiritual or deep things. So the majority of the things I see are deep, so I'm gonna comment on them. I'm very passionate about people. I
feel like you politely educate people too.
I do. They don't like it.
They don't like it. So you make them question. You try to get them to question their thought process, and they don't even want you to even knock on that door. So they're just like, and their form of doing, is attacking. For some reason, it's an attack mode. It's not even a civil conversation.
There can't be.
There's no growth in conversation with people like that. You can't have intellectual conversations with people like that.
But that's why I like to give like simple fact. I'm gonna give you not fact even. I'm gonna give you an enlightenment and make you stop and think. Because even if they argue with you, when they put that phone down, they're thinking about what you said. They're stopping to
What's
think.
in their head?
Yeah,
they read it.
And if that can make a difference even in one person, I'm gonna keep standing up for people.
I love that about you.
And hate me for it, I don't care.
No, I love that about you. That's something I would never, ever want you to change about yourself.
Thanks, baby.
It's amazing quality.
I love that you're encouraged that I can be loud.
No, please do. I want, if my daughter, if I could pick my daughter to be anyone or for my daughter to find someone inspiring, it'd be you. But the qualities you have in your character, and how empowering you are, and I really do. I'm so happy you're in my life so Ayla could have it. And I know I have good qualities too and stuff like that, but I know she's more feminine and more kind of relates to you more. So for me, that's, I love that she could have that with you. And I see that she always is, you know, asking you questions and always.
Well, because she'll face the world the way I face it, because we're both feminine presenting. So I want her to be a loud, proud woman. Yeah. And we have the conversations all the time with her. And I can tell that she really listens and she really understands and she gets it. And I always tell her, don't be afraid to be who you are and to stand up for yourself and to have emotional maturity. And I want her to have the things, and my kids too, I do the same things to mine.
No, I know. I'm just talking about
yeah, I know. But we're very, I want our kids to have that strong mind and never to be insecure about being loud and standing up for what's right. And
exactly. That's what we tell them all the time. If something doesn't, it's okay to stand up for what you believe in. And if something feels off or someone's saying something wrong, or you're sticking up for somebody else around you,
it's okay. And we tell them, you're never going to get in trouble for it. If you see something that someone's doing to hurt someone and you stand up for them and you go to the principal's office for it, I will take you out for ice cream after, because for real. I'm proud of you for doing what's right.
I agree. And we always have these conversations. But yeah, that's...
Thank you, honey.
I just want you to know that. Don't change anything about you. Who you are as a person, your character is unmatched. I've met a lot of people in my 36 years of life, and you are by far out of this world. An amazing soul. I love you, and I'm so grateful that you picked me to be your wife. I hate that people think that you're the lucky one, which, okay, I know you feel lucky too. I'm not trying to take that from you.
And I always say that to people too. Like, I know. Ria's so lucky. No, I am.
Whatever life before we had this, in whatever realm, whatever contract we signed together, I'm just grateful we did it together. And we're like, let's, you know, I really am. Everything. Because let me tell you, I lost hope a long time ago. I really did.
You have so much life ahead.
And I really thought my daughter was gonna be like, fix it all, and it didn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. That's why I had kids.
I loved her. I mean, she kept me still wanting to fight. I didn't want to.
Yeah, but you can't. That's a Band-Aid.
Yeah. You can't. And that's what I'm saying. I loved her. She kept me wanting to keep fighting, but I still was so lost. Yeah. It didn't fix my problems. You had to do no, exactly. I thought it was going to fix my issues. Yeah. I'm glad, because I feel like without you, I would have unintentionally, without realizing, would have put that burden on my daughter to be responsible for my happiness.
That's what we felt with our parents. Well, you did. It's just like that. It's that
I felt responsible for theirs. I felt like
your mom, especially.
Because
she was depressed in her life, and
she didn't. Yeah, and I always felt like I was responsible to always make her happy, be there, not leave far.
And you guys had a trauma bond, and when you and Ayla had one too when I first came into the relationship. Yeah. And it was codependent, and so were you and your mom, and so that's why you were even
I lost the baby.
So now you have a healthy bond.
Yeah, I do have a healthy bond. We're like best friends.
Yeah, proud of you.
And I'm happy she gets to, you know, do things with her dad too, and go places and be gone for however long she's gone, because I know she's happy, and that's okay. I don't need she's independent too. She doesn't call me like all the time or need to, because she's happy. She knows I'm happy. She doesn't need to call me. This conversation was all over the place. This is how we talk. We're sitting on the couch upstairs or in our bedroom, and we're up until 3 in the morning.
But that's exactly what it is.
Having deep conversation.
To me, coffee time. Like when me and you sit down, me and Ria have a routine every morning when we wake up. We sit down and we have coffee together. And when we have that time together, we just talk to each other. And that's
anything and everything.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we do here too. It's like a reflection of what we do when the cameras aren't even on. And I like being able to share that intimate part so that people can get to know who we really are, like in our souls, not just the voiceovers and the dancing and the sexiness. And like, we want to offer more to people. We want to give them substance, something they can take away, they can learn from, they can...
Yeah, because other people could be in the same journey or even want to start a healing journey and
Not know where to start.
not know where to start. So it is good to give that wisdom out.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can take it.
It's also good to see where it can go. Like, it's good to see, like, this is what it looks like when you can get to the end of the rainbow. You know what I mean? So it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's really worth it. It's painful.
But the pain
But
is
it's
not
worth it.
forever.
Yeah.
I always say that the pain is not forever. The pain is forever if you stay there.
100%.
That I know. If you don't do the work and you're comfortable in the depression, the anxiety, all of those horrible feelings, if you're comfortable in that, it's gonna be forever.
And it's also never too late to start. I mean that. If you're in your 60s, 70s,
It don't matter.
it doesn't matter. If you want to live the rest of whatever time you have left on this earth being in peace and content, you can start anytime you want to start. It's never too late.
I agree. I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. Why are you laughing? I'm gonna let her do her little end.
You ready?
I don't know. I'm never ready when you do it.
Okay. 2 or 3.
I don't know how to do it.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. And until next time.
I'm so glad I have you to do that because there's no way I'd be doing shit like that.
Bye.
Bye.